Alright, I'm here with another VOD review. This is for Team D. So we're going to take a look at some team comps here. So Team D's top lane is a Garen main. So nice, you got his hands on Garen. And you guys drafted pretty well around that as well. So generally the problem with drafting Garen is you don't have CC or engage, because that's what a lot of top laners play. But you guys have a lot of follow-up CC here, every other member having CC, so drafting around the Garen pretty well, and then having a couple of winning lanes as well. So generally, I don't know what in the world they're running. So Kai'Sa and Nautilus is like, this is like super weak lane, really bad in lane, like out of lane, sure, if you get to that point it can be okay, and the plasma stacks from Nautilus CC I guess could be good, but in lane I don't know how you farm or get a lead or anything. It's a losing lane. So and then Ori versus Syndra is mostly a skill matchup. It's Syndra favored, but it's mostly skill matchup, and until you get to like really high level play, like, it almost always goes 50-50. So and then Garen and a Yasuo cannot play, but Garen should win that. So I like the draft here from you guys, especially considering you know that you have a Garen main in top, which is like, it's not fun to play with Garen on your team, but like also this is what he plays, so it's better to have him play that than have him play something that he doesn't know what to do with. So drafting around picks is possible. Like imagine your top laner is like, you know, mains Fiora or whatever, and you just have no CC in the top lane, and you have to draft engage elsewhere. So I actually really like the decision to go with some non-engage, like hard engage picks that all have like CC of their own. The only thing that could probably be better is like maybe Alistar over Braum, because you have actual engage then instead of like follow-up engage, because you don't have any primary engage on this team. Primary engage is like, I guess, Jax with flashing forward with a counter strike or something, but all this team really needs to do, like, you don't have to 5v5 engage with this team, you just need to be able to turn off of objectives and be able to find picks. So I think it's fine, the team comp is fine, and then going up against what LA drafted, I think you guys are going to be okay. It's not draft failure anywhere. You've got at least 2 winning lanes, so this is pretty good. We're going to watch this invade. Good to invade with Braum level 1, super strong level 1. Right here, Garen is face checking alone. So this doesn't actually amount to anything this time, but if they're 5-man stacked in this bush, yeah, you probably run it down and give first blood over. So while you're invading, it might seem like a good idea to like flank with Garen. That's what you want to do in team fights and stuff, but at level 1, you're just gonna, if they 5-man stack in this bush, you're actually dead and you get first blood over. So definitely going to be watching that a little closer. But it does spark a really Fiesta invade where Nautilus hooks backwards for no reason, and then you guys chase him. He's going to have his hook again, and then he's going to hook to another place that doesn't make any sense over there and right next to Jax. So if he hooks there, if he hooks there, he's probably fine. But I think you guys end up blowing his flash. It's really good. During invades, you mostly want to figure out where the other jungler's starting, and you want to maybe blow summoners if you've got the ability to fight with like Braum or something like that. So pretty good invade. Try and pull off a gank in bot in the first 5 minutes and focus the Nautilus. He has no flash, so definitely a win condition in bot for that. You guys are already going to be winning bot, so you have to figure out a way to stop shoving bot, because you guys will shove bot, because you win that lane. You're going to shove them in. So at some point you're going to try and pull a gank off in bot. Should be able to do it. So what we're going to see right here is vertical jungling, because both junglers are starting at opposite blue. So basically what it means is this is Jax's jungle and this is Rammus's jungle. When you get invaded, the proper response is to go invade the opposite buff, especially if the opposite team invades as 5. So you just saw Rammus path here, take enemy blue. That's what you want to do as Rammus. So this isn't necessarily bad. Like, it doesn't put Jax behind or anything, but it doesn't put him ahead either. So I actually don't like vertical jungling when you have winning jungle matchups. So like Jackson to Rammus, you're gonna win early skirmishes and that sort of things. Like yeah, Rammus is gonna Thornmail you later, but Jax is gonna be fine the first couple of levels. So I would really prefer to see contested scuttles early, which we're not probably gonna see because of the vertical jungling. Because what happens when you do vertical jungling is both scuttles get uncontested here. So when you do vertical jungling, like the junglers are so far away from each other that you never see a fight. So I'm actually not a fan of vertical jungling here, and I don't. This path is not great. Go ahead and get bot scuttle here, and then do red. The only reason you would do red first is if you think that Rammus is going to steal it, and if you think like Rammus is not going to steal this. So Rammus is not an invading jungle. I want to see the rest of your path here. I think you're actually not aware that they're taking your blue, which is why this is bad. Rammus is actually going to get a lead off of this. Okay, so let's talk about why 5-man invade into regular jungle path is bad. So like regular jungle path would be like doing your own, like not doing vertical jungling. This is really good for junglers who need to learn how to path. So, okay, let's back up a second, and we'll get into some of the other lanes too. I just want to talk about jungle because this is the first thing that happened. So, the information that we're actually working with on this side is this: we don't know that Rammus is starting at our blue. It also doesn't matter that we don't know that. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need Garen to ward this to figure out what to do. So, as Jax in this situation, what do you actually have knowledge of? Watch the laners come into lane. So watch right here. Okay, here's Kai'Sa. You know that like they're not going to leash anything because they have nothing to leash because you're on that side. Where's Yasuo? There he is. All right, do you see where he came in? Came in right here. So came in right there in the lane. So Yasuo leashed. Or he fake leashed and Rammus soloed, but that's even less likely. So, because you know that Yasuo leashed, there are two places that Rammus could start. He can start his red, he can start enemy blue. What this means is that where Rammus started means that you are now vertical jungling. That's like, you have to vertical jungle or you're going to walk into a buff that's gone. So, best case scenario is Rammus starts red and then does like Krugs and you're able to get all of this for free. That's best case scenario. But that kind of assumes that the Rammus doesn't have a brain. So I don't really think that's a good idea. It's much better to intentionally vertical jungle, which means you take this scuttle that's on your side and do this. After the invade, that's the best thing that you can do because it's the buff that you're at, but you really want to contest scuttles against Rammus. So this pathing is going to put Jax behind in a matchup where he should be ahead. So we'll see if it amounts to anything, but after Jax paths towards Wolves here, he's going to figure out his blue is gone, and it shouldn't matter that his blue is gone, but it actually does because it's going to waste some of his time, and it means that he doesn't get the scuttle here, which is what you want for bot vision. And we'll start talking about bot because the reason why this scuttle matters is because it gives you bot vision for Rammus gank, and Rammus wants to gank bot because the only way that this bot lane wins is with ganks, because the lane is always going to be right here because you have Kai'Sa and Nautilus who don't hit wave early, so they can't shove, and then Jhin Braum is going to shove early, so really good gank setup too with Nautilus. So it's pretty bad jungle path right there, and it may end up like screwing your bot lane over, but who knows? Rammus may not punish either, but it's not a smart play. Definitely want to take the scuttle, start vertical jungling, and you have to tell your top lane to play safe because he's going to be on the wrong side of the map of your jungler for the first like 5 minutes of the game. So that's just the dangers with invading. If you start at other buff, is you don't get a standard jungle matchup. You get this like vertical jungling, the junglers never see each other kind of matchup. So we'll go ahead and talk about bot for a second. So this is really, really easy bot lane. They can't even like walk up at all. So you know that they're going to be shoving here. But so the way that you want to play, winning bot lanes is early crash into tower. It gives priority for scuttle. It denies some CS under tower, and it allows you to actually hit them when they're farming at tower as well. And then what you want to do is around like level 4 or 5 is get a freeze here and try and force fights. So winning bot lanes, that's generally what you want to do. Almost every winning bot lane wants to do that. Maybe if you are running like Sivir, you just push all the time, but generally you don't want that as much. You want to, and you're really trying to remember force the gank on Nautilus by 5 minutes. So the plan here should be hard shove into tower and make sure that the tower hits some of the creeps. So the tower range is like this or whatever. So you want to get some of the creeps across the line so that they get hit and it shoves back at you, and then you freeze away from the low range bot lane you're against. So that should be the game plan for how this works out. I guess your Braum is AFK. Unlucky. Yeah, normally you'd want to hard shove this in. We'll take a look at mid later. Okay, right here. Okay, so dancing around. Might be because your Braum is AFK and you're like, what's going on? But in an ideal scenario, what you want to be doing here is stand here and punish for Kai'Sa walking up. So Jin's auto range is like 100 range longer than Kai'Sa's is going to be. So you definitely want to, every time Kai'Sa walks up to get a CS at level 1, you auto attack her. So she gets some CS here for free and gets to not get hit at all, which is not great. And again, you do want to be shoving, but at the same time, there's only so much that you can do when you're standing so far back. So again, that's probably because Braum AFK and all that, but ideally that's what you want to be doing. So this needs to hard shove into tower, which actually you did not hard shove. So you're gonna have to shove this wave one more time. And if you're standing here, and remember, Rammus can't gank you yet. Like, he can't. He hasn't crossed this line yet. You know he's on top half of the map, like he has to be. So there's 0 point to walking this direction. You don't need to ward this, because no one can be there. It's not possible. Even though you don't have wards, it's still not possible for Rammus to be there at all. So wasting a little bit of time and not shoving in. And so it's just going to mean that you have to shove this cannon wave now, which is really hard. Yeah, this is super pointless. Did he ward? Okay, he didn't ward. So that's even more pointless. He didn't even ward. So super pointless to walk backwards in winning matchup. Just go ahead and walk forward, shove that wave in. This is going to give Kai'Sa a lot of CS for free. Kai'Sa's only down 2 CS right now. First wave, Kai'Sa can miss like 6 or 7 CS in first 2 waves, like really easily if you just like walk up and hit her, because her range is really small and she has a hard time trading. So she doesn't deserve any CS at the second wave, like the second wave. Like you're just kind of giving it to her. So objective here should be hard shove, wave. Your Braum is okay. He was waiting for his ward to come up. Okay, so this ward is bad. This ward is bad because take a look at Rammus's path and where he can be. Well, okay, let's do it without Fog of War, so I'm not cheating. 2 ways that Rammus can start, here or here. You know his blue is gone because you took it. So the only reason Rammus would come bot is for his wolves or his Gromp. And the timing that he's going to do that at, it's probably not going to be seen by this ward. So I don't understand this ward, but we'll see. Maybe Rammus comes bot for some stupid reason, but I don't think that's a good ward, because you know Rammus is topside. So yeah, see, here's Rammus. So Rammus really slow clear. By the time he makes it bot, that ward might not even be there anymore. So want to save your ward for something that matters. Okay, so I don't know what this is. You're standing here, like you're afraid of, I don't know what. you're behind minions. Nautilus can't hook you. Kai'Sa doesn't have any long range abilities, so like really need to be walking up, shoving wave, and or hitting Kai'Sa. You're making this look like a really easy matchup for Kai'Sa, and the only reason why it's easy is because of where the lane is right here. Because the lane is here, Braum can't do anything. You're 1v2ing the lane. The most Braum can do is land a Q with 0 follow-up on Nautilus, so he can do about like 50 damage in this lane and then just like stand around. The two places that you would want lane to be in this matchup are here at your own tower, so that Braum can engage and have room to walk in the lane to be able to chase people down to go for all-ins, or you want it all the way crashed into the tower so that Kai'Sa takes damage and you are able to hit her and she misses some CS. So definitely want to punish that more. The more the wave is frozen, right? This is where losing lanes want to be. This is exactly where losing lanes want to be, and you really need to shove that in the tower. So okay, directed camera really needs to stop. Okay, again, not shoving in a tower. This is really, really, really bad. The reason it's bad is because you're letting this guy CS against you when he has no business. Like if he gets all 3 of these CS, he's even with you in one of the worst lanes I can even imagine. And Jhin Braum is not a weak lane by any measure. Like they're good at pushing, good at all-ins, like decent range with Jhin. So have to hard shove this. Have to hard shove this. You guys are super scared of Rammus gank. You're so far back from the wave. Rammus is not ganking you. He started topside vertical jungling. He doesn't even want a path bot. Okay. Objective 2 in this lane, remember, was get a freeze. Count minions. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do you have? You have 3. This is a freeze. There's 2 reasons why it's a freeze. First reason is they have more minions. Second reason is it is past the halfway line in the lane, so it's on this half of the lane. And anytime that happens, their wave gets here before yours does, so it shoves against you, because their creeps will start hitting yours before yours have their new creep wave. So you can either hard shove this into tower all the way, or you can take this freeze. Those are your 2 options. There's any other option loses you the lane, which is what you're doing. Well, it doesn't lose you the lane, but maybe you go even in a matchup you're supposed to win really, really hard. So Braum hits the melee, and you hit all the ranged creeps, which means that it's going to freeze again on this side, and that's not what you want. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. That's exactly what you want to do. Force shot, walk up, zone him. He just missed a CS. That's probably the first CS he's missed all laning phase. That's what you want to stand like all the time. Also, good mechanics dodging the Nautilus Q. Hopefully your Braum will be on the same page with you next time you do that, and not standing like off in Africa getting nothing done. But like, do not do this as Braum. Your frontline support, you know, help your AD. You're not accomplishing anything by standing behind him. Braum even says, like in his lines, he says, "Stand behind me." So like, get behind. Let someone be back here. But that's really good. That's what you want to do. You want to punish. He missed that CS because he didn't want to take the damage. That's exactly what you want to do in lane. Like let's watch again how scared Kai'Sa is when you walk up to her aggressively in a losing lane. Like watch this guy. Okay, here's your force shot right here. Oh, that's so troll. Directed camera is actually so troll. Okay. You see how he backed up? This is kind of presence you have in a winning lane, and I think Kai'Sa might even know that this is a losing lane, and so. Okay, watch your force shot right here and how this guy backs up. Look up, he's backing up. He's not gonna go anywhere near you. He does not want to trade with that. So that's the kind of thing that you want to be doing all laning phase, and it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you win in CS and pressure and XP and gold and all of the things that you need to win lane. So again, frozen lane, their side, good harass. Oh, directed camera is like being really annoying right now. Okay. Okay, it looks like this is the way that lane is just going to go forever. Is that you guys are just going to not hard shove into tower. And we're going to see why not hard shoving into tower is the worst thing that a winning lane can do, is because now you're going to get ganked. And remember what I said before about that ward? Where is it? It's gone. And now Rammus is going to gank you. It's because wards last about a minute, and he was topside. That ward was pointless. Now you don't have yours, and you're going to get ganked. Let's see what Rammus actually does here. Again, you're not hard shoved into tower, so the enemy bot lane can contest the gank. If they're at their tower CSing, Rammus is 1v2ing you. So, hard shove into tower and winning lanes. Let's see what the Rammus gank actually amounts to. Because it's pink now, they know it's not warded. They're going to go for this gank. Alright, they suck. This is alright. This is gonna be okay probably. I'm gonna trade some summoners. It's not so bad. Yeah, this is Kai'Sa Nautilus being a horrible lane. Okay, that's a little aggressive. Okay, let's talk about why that gank is good, just really quickly. Their bot lane can contest because they're not at tower. It is not warded because you used your ward at a time that cannot be ganked. And then you try and turn a 2v3, which you almost did win, but you're trying to turn a 2v3 after you've already blown summoners on AD. So walk in and not realizing Rammus is going to have Q a second time, trying to re-engage on that, your AD can't follow, he has no sums. Okay, so that's why that gank is going to work for LA, and they're going to, and the kill even went to Kai'Sa too, so in one of the worst matchups that Kai'Sa can have, like this is a pretty hard matchup, she's going to end up getting a lot of gold out of this that she should not be getting, so. Okay, so right here, you probably need a recall timing. So this is like really difficult because you need to shove this lane out and then recall, but you have like no mana to shove it. So it's just like really bad scenario to be in. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about some other lanes because this lane is not over. It's just you should have won it. You should have won it, and just a couple of mistakes with wave management make it harder on yourself. It's not about mechanics or like quote how well you played or if you aimed at the right things or spaced well or positioning. It's all about the thought of where is my wave and why. So let's go ahead and take a look at mid lane because this is a great matchup to talk about spacing. Spacing and cooldown punishment is what mage versus mage matchups are all about. Ori and Syndra both have really a really easy time shoving wave at level 1. They have great harass, they have great CS denial, and both champions are all about spacing. Spacing is just referring to the distance between you and the other champion. It also gets called tethering sometimes, but I call it spacing. So spacing in this matchup, you can win if you have a better. So this is skill matchup, but you're gonna win if you have a better idea of how to space and punish cooldowns better than the other guy. So if this is like Challenger Syndra versus like Gold Orianna, Challenger Syndra wins the super hard, and the reason is because he knows how to space better, and the spacing matters a lot. So, and he's gonna punish your cooldowns better. So I'm just gonna give some examples of that, because both of these players are like gold, which is above average, so they both are going to know basics of how to space in lane, but they're probably also going to make a few mistakes, which I'm going to try and point out. That would be punishable, and I bet what's going to happen is this is going to go even. Like, this is probably just going to go even. But a good player, like a really good player, would be able to punish some of the small mistakes that you make and be able to win this lane super hard. So I'm gonna show how. Okay, so starting level 1, you guys are both just autoing the wave to push. Directed camera really needs to stop. Ugh. Gross. Okay. It's like really gross. Okay, no more directed camera. Okay, so both of you are trying to go even. Neither of you has used an ability yet at level 1. Both of you have incredibly good level 1s. You can walk up and shove. You can walk up and hit Q on your opponent to harass. And I think what Syndra is thinking about is, am I getting Rammus ganked? Which I get. So go ahead and ward this. At level 1 probably. 125. That's when you want to ward that. So that you can know. Also, don't ward this against Rammus. Reason you don't ward that against Rammus is because if you have a ward here and you see Rammus, he's already going to be charging Q, and the only thing you're going to know is when you're dead. You're going to know, like, oh, I'm going to die now. So you need it further out so that you have time to run. So let's go ahead and take a look at how lane goes. Neither of you has used an ability yet. That's pointless. That Q is pointless. The reason it's pointless is because you're already shoving. 3 minions versus 2 minions. You've already got shove. And all you're doing is making these minions die faster, and you can't hard shove into tower this early in the game because you're not going to be able to get the creeps past this line. You have to have your ranged creeps crash in order to hard shove. The only thing you're giving him is a freeze, which makes you more vulnerable to Rammus ganks, which are always going to be from this side because remember he's vertical jungling. So so you never need to ward the bot side, and your jungler's always going to be on your bot side. So all it means is that this path from Rammus is possible now because you have shoved lane, and if he does this path, you are going to die. Even if you have flash, you're going to die. So you don't want to do this against Rammus jungle, vertical jungling on this side. Definitely don't want to do that. If you shove, which is okay, you can shove in this matchup. That's one thing. It's a good way to avoid. If hard shoving in a tower is a good way to avoid harass from Ori, because she's just going to be at her tower the whole time. I think the best way to play this matchup is to hard freeze level 1 and look to Q Ori when she goes for CS. That's what you want to do. It protects you from Rammus ganks. It endangers her from Jax ganks. She walked up to the wave and started autoing at level 1. That's a super boosted thing to do. Like, don't just walk up to the lane and auto shove. You're just like AFK shoving the lane, like brain AFK, I hit minions. Like, think about where your junglers can be and what you're gaining by shoving. And what you're gaining by shoving right now is nothing. You're actually losing a lot by shoving. So what you're losing is you're losing your wave positioning, and you're losing your safety from jungle ganks. So definitely want to see a different level 1. Yeah, so this is gonna take a lot. Don't ward that, dude. Do not ward this against Rammus. It's not gonna help. Okay, so Ori is equally boosted and shoved back and didn't take the freeze. Okay, you don't need a Q. You don't need a Q creeps as Syndra. The optimal way to play both Ori and Syndra is to only last hit wave and harass with your mana and your cooldowns. If you had been doing that this whole time, you could have hit Ori with at least 3 Qs. So you're looking at that much HP. Looking at this much HP that she's missing. So it's going to force 1 pot in 2 levels, which means that by level 4 she's out of pots, and at level 6 you can look for all in, because in the first 2 levels, if you're using that amount of HP, it's going to be, this is his HP, that's what it's going to be at. So when you go for level 6 all in, he dies. So it's actually, it may seem like nitpicky to be like, I use my Q to farm minions, what's the big deal? The big deal is you're intentionally going even instead of trying to play efficiently and maximizing your laning potential. Syndra or Ori both could be doing this, neither one is doing this, and it's why they're both going even and getting pretty much no advantages whatsoever. So this is just gonna be like a really even farm lane. But okay, a little bit of trading here, just barely missing the stun, but it's just gonna hard shove in a tower if you get this creep fast enough. Yeah, so that's gonna hard shove in a tower. It's pretty good. You're playing a little bit far up for not having your E on available, but okay, so both members just walking up, autoing creeps, just matching the shove. Ori's looking for harass right here. You can tell by the way that she walked up. You can always tell when someone's walking up to hit you. This is a really good dodge. She doesn't have a creep to hit. Like, all of her creeps are super high health, so the only reason she ever walks up is to hit you. So this actually looks like you probably get hit by the W here, but not the Q. Oh, she doesn't even land W. Nice. Okay. We're going to talk about cooldown punishing in mid lane. Ori just Q'd. You have 4 seconds to hit her. You have full combo available, and you just leveled up because this melee creep dies before this melee creep. Walk up punish, walk up punish. What you can do right here, even if you're getting Rammus gank right now, it's still really good. You walk up and you Q, E, W this guy back away. You're going to get a free trade off. He can't trade with you at all. The only abilities that he has are QW. Maybe he has E. It probably takes W level 2. Almost everyone does. And he can't hit you with either Q or W because he just used Q. You have like a 4-second window to hit Ori. So Ori Q is 6-second cooldown at level 1. And then after he uses it, you have like 4 seconds to be able to trade so that you can get out before his Q is up again. So right here, I don't think you actually punish. You're just looking at autoing this cannon. It's really juicy. And it's why this lane goes even. And then you use your W because you're about to miss cannon because you were hitting it so much. It made it really hard for you to last hit. And so now you're just like using cooldowns. Like an important cooldown. Like your W is an important cooldown on Syndra because you can't trade very well without it. So it's like an important cooldown that you're using just to farm creeps and go even. Which this lane is winnable. It's Syndra favored. It's skill matchup, but it's Syndra favored for sure. Okay, right there. That was good harass by Ori. It's more a bad walk up by Syndra. And here's the reason why. Watch the creeps right here. See how many creeps there are for him to last hit? None. There are no creeps for him to last hit as of right now. What are you walking up to? Are you going to hit these creeps? They're all full HP. You're not going to be able to hit any of them. So when your opponent does this in lane, just means that he's not paying attention to spacing. He has no reason to walk up and hit these creeps. So Ori gets to hit for free right here. Yeah, walk up to hit creep. You can take harass. And then you Q the wave. She can Q you again right now. Auto Q. This is how you lose. This is how you lose lane. This is how you win lane, by the way, as Ori. Is guy comes up to get a CS, you punish, and you stand in a way where he doesn't trade back. He uses a cooldown on the wave, you trade back again. It's exactly how you want to be playing. If you do this, every wave, every CS, you win lane super hard, and it just feels like the other champion is better than yours. But in reality, it's just the other players understand spacing and cooldown punishing better. So, again, not shoving means you're giving Ori a freeze. It's impossible for your jungler to gank because of where Ori is. It is easy for Rammus to gank you. You're not landing harass where you want to. Wave management, super important. Makes this game really hard for you. And you don't need to make it so hard on yourself. Now your ward's gone too, so I bet it's like super scary. You're like, I can get Rammus ganked at any moment, which the two ways you get rid of that: hard shove or ward deep. Haven't done either of those, so it's entirely possible that Rammus ganks you. He doesn't, but I'm sure the thought of Rammus ganking you is in your head. Not super great last hitting. You're not going to hit every single creep, I get it, but also hit him with your autos, practice that, and then look to Q. Okay, so this is Ori's a better player here. You can definitely tell by the way that Ori's playing this. Watch this. So you go up to trade / hit wave, which not a bad idea. Slightly misplay by not landing stun. Ori QW is down. You walked up, you're trying to hit wave a lot more than you're trying to hit her, which isn't bad, but her cooldowns are going to come back up, which is going to hit you more. So you have to blow a pot here. And if Ori were doing this on every CS, you would be about half HP. Okay, so she's hard shoving. She has minion dematerialized your cannon. The reason she's hard shoving is probably because she wants a back timing. This back timing is not great from Ori, but it might give her a small advantage by giving her like a Dark Seal early or something. So I don't know what she's doing this for, but because you're so healthy, you should really go ahead and take this freeze. You have health and mana, and if Ori wants to recall the what's gonna happen here is if she gets her recall off, is she comes back into lane with either a Doran's or Dark Seal or like Amp Tome, and then all you do is you keep your wave here and you last hit until you have an item, and then you get the item. Ori has to sit with wave, and then you have like Lost Chapter or Sorks versus double Dorans, and you win really hard at 6. So misplay by Ori. That's not a good shove from Ori. She's just like, I can use minion dematerializer now, so I have to. It's not necessarily smart. Let's see what Ori wants to do here. This is actually hard shove, so it's pretty good. Walk up, walk up, walk up. You need to tank this wave. Ori just left lane. You need to tank. Make sure these creeps don't hit tower. You might be okay. The range creeps might not hit tower. You have a small freeze, but no, they all hit tower. So Ori just misplayed pretty hard, shoving for no reason, and you didn't punish. So you could punish really hard by tanking the wave right here as she goes to ward. And then you have a freeze, and then you do the recall timing that I talked about, and you kill her at 6 with your better items. Definitely super punishable there. And she's gonna be able to land some harass on you under tower as well, because she hard shoved. See, it's much easier to hit people who are trying to hit creeps at their tower. That's why hard shoving is really good. Ori is like really focused on shoving right now. I think she wants the recall timing. Okay. Let's go back. Why? You're about to murder these creeps. You're about to murder them. You're about to QW them. Complete overkill. Poor little creeps, what did they ever do to you? Why are you hitting them? Are you hitting them because they're there, or are you hitting them because you're trying to shove? If you're hitting them because you're trying to shove, it's not a good idea. Again, you want freezes. Freezes are good. Freezes allow your jungler to gank the other guy. It's super free if you just keep the wave right here. Also, your jungler can kill him. Your jungler is here. He can do the path all the way around. You can keep your freeze, and you can force Ori sums, maybe even get a kill. This is a really bad shove. This is really bad. And it's not going to amount to anything in this game. It's going to amount to both of you going even and not getting anything done. Like, both of you are just shoving, just like brain off, AFK shove, just hit minions because they're in front of you. But if you think about where your wave is going and you think about where your jungler is and what you can make the other guy do, you can make Ori stand right here by shoving your wave. Jax comes from behind. You see Rammus is about to show bot. This is first blood. This is first blood right here. And teams don't take advantage of it. So, mistake by Ori to shove for no reason, and then mistake by Syndra to not punish results in basically like net zero. Because both of you are not playing to win. You're playing to go even. And so that's exactly what's going to happen, is you guys are going to go even. But look at this. Imagine these 3 creeps right here. These 3 creeps hitting that one creep. Ori has to walk up to get this last creep. Jax comes right. It's such an easy game. But now because this creep is here and she has no reason to be walking up, Jax has no gank. Sad Jax. No gank. Okay, let's look at what the heck. You saw her ward this. You saw her ward that. It was when, remember when she shoved? Remember when she shoved to go do this? And you were supposed to punish by freezing? That's when he warded that. And your jungler just recalled on it. Gotta ping that. Ping the area is warded ping. Super useful. Your jungler actually leached a little bit of XP there, so you're not going to hit 6 as fast as Ori will. He leached XP from 1 creep, so, and it was a melee creep, so it actually matters. If you guys are even on CS, Ori will hit it if she hits melee creeps first, so she'll actually hit 6. But it's shoving into you, so it looks like your creeps are going to survive longer, so you might... Nope, see, she hit it. See, okay. What just happened right there is that melee creep died, this melee creep died. You guys have even creeps in XP, but Jax actually stole it, so she's 6 first. So you have to wait a whole extra minion, and there's none for you to hit in this wave. The wave that you hit 6 on is a cannon wave, always. And so she actually zones you when you have kill pressure in this matchup at 6. Insane kill pressure at 6, especially if you've been playing well and you've harassed her to half like we talked about. What should happen is when the lane is here, you have level 6 first, because your jungler should not randomly leech XP, and Ori should have to kill this creep for 6 to be, or actually Syndra should only have to kill these 3 melee creeps to hit 6. But Jax stole some, so you lose kill pressure, you lose XP. Now you have to either kill the cannon or one of these ranged creeps, and Ori gets to zone you at 6 for like 15 seconds. So it was like really unfortunate. There's her 6 finally. Ori's kind of already shoving. You should blast her in the face right here. What the heck? What the heck? Full combo this guy. What is he doing? He's okay, so he's really telegraphing that he wants to base. He's about to use his entire mana bar to try and hit the creeps so that he can go base. Look what you've got. You've got every cooldown available. QE this guy, WR. Just ult him. Just like, see if you get the one shot. If I'm playing this as Syndra, Ori's already died. Like right here. That misstep right here, she dies. Because I've been... And most, like, even like platinum and higher players are going to punish this too. Is that you're going to be hitting her instead of the creep wave with your abilities. So her health is going to be like maybe half. If she's potted, her health will be like here. This is kill range. This is kill range for Syndra at 6. So full combo, ult ignite, follow with autos, and flash with him. You've got the long lane to run him down. It's a solo kill. This is really hard misplay by Ori. Really hard misplay. Alright, she's backing. Shove this. Hard shove, recall. Let her recall. You don't need to stop the recall here. Good. Hard shove, hard shove, hard shove, hard shove. There you go. Perfect. Alright, then you're going to get your recall timing. Alright, this lane's going to be even. You just denied her a full wave, and you're up 2 CS. So, there's a lot of punishable mistakes made by both players in this lane. And if you're thinking about how matchups are supposed to go with spacing, with junglers potentially ganking, and with punishing cooldowns, this is an easily winnable lane against either of these players. So super punishable. Neither mid lane are going to punish, and it's going to go even. All right, let's talk about top. Okay, top side's playing Garen into Yasuo. It's a matchup that you actually see decently often in solo queues, so probably both players know what to do for this. The difficult thing for Garen in this matchup, in this particular game, is going to be that vertical jungling is favoring Yasuo right now, because he has like permanent presence on this side of the map, and Garen has none. So again, I don't think blue team is aware of vertical jungling, because Jack's paths into Rammus's jungle here. So this is all assuming that you know all this stuff, and you might not. So it turns out that Rammus doesn't want to gank top, which I don't know why, but he doesn't want to gank top. So like Rammus's ideal path here is probably scuttle red and then look Krugs or Wraiths and then wait for Garen shove, and then if he shoves while you're doing one of these camps, you walk up and gank him and try and get your Yasuo ahead. That's like ideal path for Rammus right now because of where he has to jungle from, but we'll see. So this matchup, Yasuo really needs to proc Conqueror to be able to trade well, and Garen needs to go for short trades. Yasuo wins long trades. So like right there, that's really, really good. Walk up, Q him, walk back. Yasuo can't respond with Q because he's silenced, and you have a better chance of getting away because his Conqueror hasn't come up yet. So really good trade early. That's exactly how you want to play that. Plus, the longer that Yasuo doesn't hit you, the better chance you have of getting your passive up. So, okay. So, talking about cooldown punishing, available in top lane as well. You just queued a creep for level 2. Not necessary. It was like 1 HP and you queued it. You could have just autoed. Yasuo has level 2. If you're Yasuo right now, dash a minion, hit Garen, dash back. Free harass. Garen can't silence you to stop. See if he does it. He doesn't. This is like... the problem with most like so like most gold players are above average at the game, like, and your average gold player is like actually really good at the game, especially compared to like where it was in previous seasons. Like now people really know how to play the game. They understand what their champions do and how much damage they do, and they understand basic micro and macro, and they're pretty good at the game. But the number one thing that gold players don't do is punish small mistakes. And small mistake, Garen queues a creep to hit level 2, which means that he can't trade with you. Walk up, do about 100 damage to him. Does it mean much? No, it doesn't. But if you do that every single time, you're going to be trading him down. Again, Diamond Yasuo against this guy is going to absolutely smash him. Why is that? It's because Diamond Yasuo knows how to punish small mistakes that Garen makes. Okay, Yasuo can probably just play super far up in this matchup. Probably doesn't need to even ward. He's going to have Rammus top side for this first like 4 levels, and he's going to be pretty ungankable. So, okay, so first thing that that Garen can improve on is not queuing creeps ever. You never want to queue a creep as Garen. It's always bad and it's always a mistake. The only time that you're going to queue creeps is when Yasuo isn't in lane and you have to shove. Like at that point you want to use E to shove anyway, but the only time where it's acceptable to use Q on a minion is if your opponent is AFK or in base. So it's because your cooldown window is too long. It's 8 seconds where Yasuo gets to hit you and get out for free. So again, super punishable, Yasuo not punishing. Yasuo level 3, Garen level 2. Wave is bigger for Yasuo. Yasuo not punishing. Yasuo not walking up. Yasuo not hitting Q on this guy. no punishing happening in this game. Here's Garen level 3 right after this melee creep, so he has a ton of time to walk up. Melee creeps are worth more XP than range creeps, so hitting this range creep isn't going to hit you level 3. It's not a mistake from Garen, it's just the way that the lane is, Yasuo should be punishing. He's not. This is really good. Wave control. This is really good wave control. This is where you want to be, especially as Garen, because you have kill pressure. You have kill pressure on Yasuo almost the entire laning phase. And the longer the lane is, the more chance you have to chase him down and get kills. This is really good laning and wave control. And it's more about Yasuo's inability to shove all the way into tower than it is about Garen freezing. So this is more what Yasuo has messed up. And we'll see if Garen is going to intentionally freeze. Great trade. Gets his passive. Next time Q it's on cooldown, do that again. 3, 2, 1. After this cannon, if I'm Garen, I'm trading again. Watch, here's why. With your 3, here's your level 3. Yasuo Q is down for like a second and a half. Walk up, silence him. Great. Short trade. Your Q's about to be back on cooldown. He's going to tornado the wave here. Walk back in as soon as your Q is off cooldown. And then spin on him. He can't trade back. He's silenced. He can't trade back. This would be really, really good. Okay. Hit cannon. Walk up. Trade. Q a creep. Not going to win a lane by Qing creeps. Not going to win a lane by Qing creeps. Alright, Yasuo hard shove. This is too big of a wave. No, this... Alright, Garen is such a stupid champion. Okay. Garen will probably win this trade, even though he's going to get tanked. He's going to tank 6 creeps. If you... Okay, this is what Garen can do. Garen's short trades in top lane are really, really, really good. Q, E, spin, walk out. Even if you take minion damage, people can't trade back because they're silenced. If this is an extended trade, and you sit here and auto each other to death, Yasuo wins this all in. So, we'll see what ends up happening, but... Good. Yasuo player playing it correctly. Super annoying playing against Garen, because you can just ignore basic rules of League of Legends, like, don't trade in the middle of 6 creeps or you'll lose. But Garen's just completely broken, brain dead, so he can actually do that. But if you're a Garen player, this is really good to abuse, knowing that even in 6 creeps, I out-trade Yasuo. So, in short trades, So, it's really good trade by Garen, even though it looks kind of stupid. Any other champ than Garen, that probably doesn't work, but... And this is really good to tank that wave. So, not sure if this is intentional. That trade is so good. It's such a good trade. The reason it's such a good trade is you win in health, so you win the trade, but it's really good because it keeps your freeze. So, because you tanked the whole wave, these creeps are now at your tower, and Yasuo is now in danger to a gank from topside, which I'm not sure why Jax is here, but he is. So he's now in danger to a gank, and you have long lane kill pressure. So, great trade. Don't Q creeps, and don't break your freeze. So that wasn't intentional, but it was really good. Do that on purpose, and you'll win a lot more lanes, because you'll be able to hit Yasuo more. So you're breaking your own freeze right here. You can just stand here and not last hit any of these creeps until they're 1 HP, and then wait for his wave to walk in. And once his wave is here, you do the same thing, and then you're able to hit him more. But yeah, you just broke your own freeze and used all your cooldowns for no reason. So, can definitely do better. Alright, you've got level advantage now. This is good. This is still a good trade. So this Yasuo is playing this really poorly. You can tell because he's not taking long trades or forcing long trades with Garen. Garen's walking up, queuing, walking back. Exactly how you want to trade. So, let's see what ends up happening here. Yasuo's not in a good spot. I think Yasuo goes down for first blood in this, right? Alright. This right here. Mistake, Yasuo. 1 creep, Garen here. Is your life worth 13 gold? Mistake, Yasuo. He's going to give up first blood here. All you have to do is follow his flash with Counter-Strike. Ooh, maybe not. He was going to get his wave. Alright, get his flash for free here. Okay, so it looks like the call is shove. Okay, so Jax just randomly took one creep and then pieced out. That's pretty bad. If you're going to do that, go ahead and hard shove. Or, the better choice is you don't hit the wave and you let Garen solo kill Yasuo with his freeze. So, doesn't seem like much. Oh, I only taxed one creep, that's all I did. Well, you just shoved his lane. Because now he has more creeps than Yasuo has. See Yasuo's creeps. 5 in a cannon versus 6 in a cannon. Garen can't freeze us if he wants to. Don't do that. If someone does that in my games, I like have to danger ping them and tell them like please don't shove, because super annoying when someone messes up your wave management. Now Yasuo has a freeze if he wants it as well. So alright. Careful queuing those creeps. I guess I've probably belabored that point a bunch. This is such a great repeat gank. This is a very good repeat gank. Yasuo's a little bit boosted, but this is super punishable. So now you know he has no flash. All you do is wrap around. This guy is so dead. Don't even need to blow a summoner for this probably. Nice. Hard shove. Alright, you have nothing to get here, Jax. You don't have anything to get here. You should know that Rammus started its top side, so there's not going to be anything for you to get in this whole area of the jungle. The only thing that you could have farmed was your own bot side, which you missed out on the XP and gold from because you didn't realize you were vertical jungling. But now that you're here, what you have to do is hard shove this into tower so that Garen gets a better back, because there's going to be another wave right here. Hard shove this wave, recall, and then go farm your bot side or something. There's nothing here for you to take. The reason that I know there's nothing here for you to take isn't because I'm sitting in spectator mode and I can see that there's nothing. The reason I know is that because you're supposed to be vertical jungling, Rammus responds with vertical jungle, and this is gone. I don't know why his jungle would be up right now. There's no reason why his jungle would be up right now. Like, what could have Rammus even, what could his path have been? You've been all the way through here. The only thing you know that's gone is your blue buff. You know he did blue, you know he did this scuttle. He had to do this. There's nothing else for him to do. So, you're gonna waste a lot of time here. You could be level 4, level 5, and have, 200, 300 more gold. So, alright, Yasuo TP here, catches his freeze. Garen's still gonna need it back. Okay. It's probably enough about laning. This teleport is unnecessary. It's not the worst. It's a 6-minute cooldown. You might lose a couple of creeps, but I guess it's not bad. You know their jungler spot. It's not the worst. Stop queuing creeps. Holy. You don't need to. You can get them with autos. It's not hard. Man, Garen is such a dumb champion. He's gonna win this trade too, like really hard. Alright, back up, back up. Yasuo wins with Conqueror. Nice, super good. Alright. Good win condition for Garen in top lane is intentionally tank wave while trading to get freezes. And once you have freezes, you have long lane to run people down. So really good as Garen to do that. Not sure if this is on purpose or if you just really want to hit this guy and the creeps are like in the way and annoying you and you just want to kill him. Either way, that's exactly what you want to be doing. Tank small waves, take short trades, get freezes, run people down. Great way to win top lane. Yeah, and you're zoning him because you hit 6 first. Okay, this shove is so bad. You don't need a shove, you need a freeze. So you're spinning on the wave, you're hitting all these creeps. You're going to hit 6 first, he's half HP, he's no flash, you have flash. If you just stand here and you wait for him to walk up, you Q him, back away, don't spin, don't hit the wave, don't trade, spin with him. Like, don't use your E on Yasuo. You're going to push the wave. You're going to hit 6 first because of where the wave is. His creeps are going... There's like, you've killed more of his creeps than he's killed of yours, so you hit 6 first. This is a solo kill as well, if you freeze. If you freeze and he walks up, it's a solo kill. Right there, there's your 6. Imagine you're standing here, you're level 6, Yasuo walks up for one of these melee creeps while he's level 5, when you're at this amount of HP. And you have flash, that's a solo kill. That's a solo kill. If he's standing here and you're standing here and he comes for a creep, he's dead. So, super punishable, not punishing. Okay, I think that's enough laning phase. Looks like name of the game in laning phase is not punishing small mistakes made by opposing players. Both teams doing it. Both teams could be abusing and winning laning phase super hard, but neither team really doing it. Again, it's not like massive mistake. It's just more like you can beat these players really, really hard, and you're just not. Okay, let's take a look at late laning phase, some rotations. We're going to go ahead and speed up a little bit. Looks like we get a kill here. Is Yasuo going down again, getting soloed? Oh, yes, Yasuo getting ganked again. This is really free. Yasuo's flash is still down. This guy is really boosted. Super free. Okay, let's speed up. This laning phase is going to be super boring. No one wants to punish anything, so I'm just going to wait till team fights. There's nothing that's actually going to happen. And again, during this laning phase, there's a lot of things that I could continue to point out, like I did before, of small mistakes that could be punished, but again, it'll take about 2 hours, so the mistakes are there. I pointed out some of them. They just make them again and again, so still punishable. Let's check out the bot gank. Why Rammus is really annoying. Even when you have stuff warded, you can still get ganked. Alright, let's take a look at positioning. Okay, we've got Jack soloing Drake while bot is hard pushed. Oh, okay, so that's a surprise. You did not know he was coming. Now you see he's here. Flash right now. Right now, flash. You have to, or you're gonna die. Right here, Nautilus is going to hook you, or Rammus is going to catch you. Even if you flash, you might still be dead. You're probably dead either way. You're probably really dead. Your Braum is too far to help, too. So what needs to happen is Braum needs to react as quickly as possible and wait for Jax to get here and hopefully block some damage from Kai'Sa coming in. Because the damage that's going to be done here is all Kai'Sa. Nautilus already missed hook. He's going to have a hard time getting next to you. And then Rammus is going to hit you for about 40% with his Thornmail. So flash a little bit out of range. Braum doesn't block a lot of damage. So this is more misplay Braum than it is Jhin. The reason why you pick Braum is to block damage and skill shots, and you can't do that when you're far away from your AD. So it might seem like you're, like suiciding or something if you get closer to the jungler who's ganking you, but this situation right here, Braum, you're running backwards and into the wall, you're leaving your AD. So just fight-wise, like mechanical skirmishes, what you need to do here is instead of pathing this way, you're going to path this way, even though you're closer to these guys, even though you're closer to Rammus, because you can block Kai'Sa W, and then Kai'Sa has a harder time DPSing. That's the best way to salvage this fight. Again, really hard fight. Might lose it even if all of you play mechanically perfect. See if you turn anything here. Kai'Sa gets pretty low. That flash is very bad. Here's why this flash is very bad. So Jax is going to come in here. You know that Kai'Sa has sums. She hasn't used any all game. So you know that Kai'Sa has sums. What you want to do... Okay, is this Q range or not? Is that Q range or not? Is she stunned or not? Flashing on her is not going to do anything. Especially if you flash when her stun's going to, like, expire. So... Like, you're already in Q range. That flash makes no sense. So, definitely gotta watch that. She's just gonna flash and get out. You could have traded a kill there. Okay, so that's gonna be Dragon. Let's go ahead and fast forward. It's gonna be free Dragon. Does someone walk up? Someone gets solo killed right here. Or is about to get solo kill here. Shouldn't really happen in this matchup. Yeah, she's looking for it. You can tell because of how much HP she has. Alright, that's why you got solo killed. The reason you got solo killed right here is because you're standing on Ori Ball after she trades. You walk up and trade, don't hit stun. You're dead. Like, you're 100% dead right here. Textbook. Yeah, standing on Ori Ball to trade is super dangerous, especially if you're that low and below your full cooldowns. So, that's more a mistake punished by Ori than like play forced by Ori. It's just mistakes can be very easily punished around this Elo. Okay. What is going on? Three-man room topside. Looks like it's a shutdown on Garen. I think this is starting to get to the point in the game where it just becomes kind of Fiesta. And lanes just go wherever. I mean, it's a good punish to get some turret plating. It's about an even trade. What generally happens in this Elo of games is people start running around the map before towers are actually down, and it becomes like this fiesta that makes the towers go down instead of a lane winning and a tower going down and then rotations happening. So that's really common for this Elo. So when you're playing in like anywhere in gold, honestly, like you can definitely expect to get like 2 or 3 man randomly, even though the other towers are standing. It's punishable by getting turret plating here. So like you got like 3 turret plates for a kill on Garen and some free CS that Ori missed. So like the trade is like almost even because they don't get a tower. Like gold amount, like look at the gold right now. You're down 2 kills, but you're only down like 500 gold. So those 2 kills alone worth 500 gold. So that's an even trade. So it doesn't really make sense to like randomly roam and lose half your turret plating and an entire wave to 3-man top. So just something, a habit that I've picked up on them, smurfing in gold a lot. So gold players tend to roam before towers are actually down, and it doesn't net them what they think they're getting. This is really brutal. It's a hard lane now, or he's got a pretty big lead. You can't walk up to him anymore. It's really unfortunate. He's got a full Ludens. This is really item advantage more than anything else. Also, kind of greeting your flash a bit, but yeah, he just soloed you without ult, so that's really unfortunate that he has the lead that he has. But again, he has it because of how you played, not because of really how he played. So it's not necessarily Ori is like a god and he's just like absolutely outplaying you. You're really more outplaying yourself. So you got to watch your spacing, your cooldown, punishment, and not getting soloed. Again, at the item advantage that he has right now, it's pretty hard to stand in lane. That isn't necessarily a giant mistake, but it looks like one just because of the lead that he has. He's also 11, but I guess he didn't even have ult yet, so it didn't really matter that much. But Ori gets a lot for that. Alright, bot gank. Not gonna mean a lot. This is not a great gank. Oh, actually. JK. That was a great hook by Nautilus. That was like max range. I thought you were gonna get out of that one for sure. Oh, it's a flash. Okay, yeah, this is really good hit by Nautilus. If you read the map here, it's pretty obvious that Rammus is boss side. Mid just got solo killed. Your jungle is holding top lane Mia. Where can Rammus be? It's pretty obvious he's actually bot. And it's why Kai'Sa's walking up to wave tanking. Again, if you shove them into tower, they don't do that. Because if you shove them in the tower, their lane has to CS here and you can be back here. That's why. Actually a pretty good invade by Rammus to see if he gets away with this. It's pretty good because you kill the AD, but you're not doing it with your team, so as long as you know it's not warded, it's fine, but Rammus just counter jungled. What's happening? Okay. So we should be transitioning into like late laning phase into like mid game here. So your guys' plan for mid game, and actually the only thing that you guys can do as 5 is start at an objective, and then the way that you bait fights is by turning with Jack's Counter-Strike, and then you wait for Jhin and Syndra and Braum to follow up. That's the only way that you guys can start a fight on your terms, because you don't have true engage like Ornn or, you know, Malphite, Sion, Alistar. Not really running engage, so that's the best way that you can start a fight. And you can't start fights at towers very well. You can siege decently well with Syndra and Jhin, but Jax and Garen kind of don't do anything at a tower, so they probably don't want to be there. So it's pretty difficult to actually start a fight around towers. You need to start fights around objectives, just because of the comp that you're running. LA's comp right here can probably start fights wherever they want to, because they've got Rammus to turn off objectives. You can follow up to like Yasuo ult, and then you have Nautilus R who can kind of go whenever. So we'll see. There should be a dragon coming up here. It looks like another fight breaks out kind of for no reason. There's not really an objective to be fighting over right now. You have a ton of top pressure with this tower being down, so you should really be playing around your top pressure. This is a kill. Ooh, really good stun. Nice, really good stun to keep Rammus out. If Rammus, okay, no flash, Syndra, Rammus, flash. Rammus just flashes right there if he kills you, but he didn't, and you stunned him, so super good. Let's look at where this kill happens. Looks like we get a couple kills. Yeah, nice top pressure here. Nice, that's actually a solo, right? Someone's gonna KS you? No, you just soloed him. Nice. That's a huge solo kill. I'm not sure how in the world that happened. Or he's ahead in levels, or he's ahead in money. She has Sorts and Ruby Crystal over you, and you still manage a solo kill. That's really good. Syndra Verse at level 6 is pretty huge. And you don't even have your W. What is that Syndra damage? That's so good. Alright, that's you knowing your item spike really, really well. Knowing that at level 6 with Electrocute and Ignite, you can one-shot without W when you have Ludens. Yeah, so like one misplay. Yeah, so she's trying to come up and harass you under tower. Stuns. She doesn't cleanse. Gosh, that damage is nuts. She doesn't cleanse your Ignite either. You can cleanse Ignite, by the way. It doesn't do damage. She doesn't cleanse at all. If she cleanses right there, she has a chance to turn it if your jungler and top aren't coming, but it's still a really good play. Gets you the shutdown, that gets you back in the game too. Really good. Again, punishable by Ori. If she cleanses, maybe she turns with her ult and lands ult and then QW and an auto, and that might be enough to kill you. But either way, really good solo kill. What's on my screen right now? This man went item... What? He went GA first item. Okay. There's gonna be another fight. Ram's probably gonna flash on you. Cat. There hasn't been a coordinated call really after the solo kill happens, and I think that's why this happens. Is Syndra staying in lane at half HP, no flash, versus Yasuo, and Jax is leaving lane, and Garen is also trying to get tower. So call something, do it. Doesn't really matter too much what it is. You could all stand at tower. You could call dragon. I would probably call dragon. Their mid AD are dead. So I guess AD died down here that you got 2v2'd. So yeah, probably call dragon there in a 5v3. I don't, maybe that was the call and two people here didn't listen, but because that looks like where Jax was pathing. All bot has to do is shove, go dragon. This is a free Drake. But again, yeah, in this elo, it tends to be like people go for a lot of fights and people go for a lot of split calls. If you're playing as 5, you shouldn't really ever have a split call. Just pick one dude arbitrarily to be your shot caller, whoever you trust or whoever plays support, or just flip a coin. It really doesn't matter too much. Like if it's the right call, it matters that it's decisive. That's all damage. Looks like Yasuo is gonna die. Ooh, queued the tower. Unlucky. Okay, all in bot as well. People are just fighting over and over again. Get a tower in mid. This is good kiting. That's very good kiting. To get out of that one. Using your 4-shot and then going somewhere they don't expect. Going up. Definitely good. But now you're kind of chunked and you're supposed to do dragon like a minute ago. It's still on the map. And now Ori's up, so kind of not making anything of any of the kills that you guys are getting. Like that was a great solo kill in mid and didn't mean much of anything. It meant shut down blue, but it should have meant dragon. Oh, this is unlucky. 5. Double kill Rammus randomly. Just super sloppy play. It just looks like you guys are attempting to get farm and kills and all these things, and you don't know that objectives are what's going to win you the game or what you need to be doing. The main reason that you go for objectives isn't because like that mountain drake is going to be the make or break if you win or lose this game is all down to mountain drake. Like it's not at all, but it keeps you coordinated and it keeps you grouped up so that you're not just like randomly getting picked off by Rammus, like randomly dying in mid lane, and it's just like there's not a reason for these fights to be happening. So you're going to be a lot better if you just focus more, a lot more objective focused, especially around mid game. And actually LA is doing a pretty good job of taking these kills and turning them into objectives. This should be a free dragon for them. Really should not get distracted with trying to kill the support here and just go ahead and take this free dragon. This is painful. This is torture to watch. Are they actually going to start it? Please do the dragon. It has been free for like the last 2 minutes. Thank you. And they get mid tower as well. Alright, LA's winning mid game super hard. They should win this game. Based on comp that they're running, Kai'Sa's gotten through laning phase. Like about to hit 2 items. Kai'Sa's pretty strong at 2 items, really strong at 3. Outscales Jhin hard at 4, 5, 6. Rammus has gotten a bunch of kills. The only advantage that you guys actually have is topside on a Garen. This is supposed to be a LA win. Let's find out why they don't. Alright, looks like nothing happens for the next few minutes, so I'm just going to fast forward. Wow, nothing happens between 19 minutes and 21. So it's like a full minute of people going for waves. Okay, let's talk about what should be happening and then let's see what does happen. So what should be happening here is all of your outers are down. Only outer that's left up is bot. Only objective on the map is Baron, not really contestable at either team at 20 minutes unless they get to 5v0 the Baron. What you guys have is you have top pressure. What I want to see is top pressure do one of two things. He needs to side lane, drop pressure so that duo lane can get bot, or he needs to have Garen go bot, take tower with his pressure, and have duo mid lane roam kind of top side and create pressure so that you get objectives on the map. Looks like we've got Syndra clearing waves. We've got a fight happening for no reason, which is common. Let's take a look. There's not an objective to get here. Garen should be shoving this wave. Just gonna miss all that gold. Mid lane is shoved in. Your tower is here. What happens? Alright. Garen walking into a lot of fire war for no benefit. Here's the wave. If you were trying to steal the wave from your mid laner because you don't like him, you should have pathed here. If you are trying to sweep wards in Baron, you should have a sweeper. You don't. So walking here doesn't do anything. The gold that you can get is in top lane, and you're asking to die if you walk right here. So this is a pretty huge mistake. It just looks like autopilot playing. Just kind of walking around, doing things not for reasons, but because it's there. And then we try and salvage the fight. Maybe we do. Our champions do damage just like their champions do damage. So like maybe if we just walk at each other and bash our heads together, someone will get a kill. Alright, looks like a ton of damage coming in, so this is actually pretty good. Nice root. Corey's going to pick up a couple here too as well. Wow, this worked. Okay. What in the world? The guy's dead, right? Nice. Okay. Kaisa not in that fight. 1-4v5. Nice. That fight started off Garen getting caught, and then a bunch of damage comes in from Syndra, and Jhin is actually in range to like root a couple of people, so it's pretty good. Reason why that's good is item spikes. Garen is pretty far ahead, pretty hard to kill. Syndra does damage at this point in the game. Ori also probably didn't play that very well. Let's watch again. This area is pretty good for Orianna and Yasuo. Let's see how they played it. Because generally, even a 4v5 can go even if these players play well. I think Ori flash cleansed something and didn't get anything done. Because she has every cooldown available. If Ori plays this well, they should at least go even. So Ori solo ults Garen, which is not necessary. He's trying to proc the Yasuo ult, I get that, but you have Rammus for that. So Rammus goes in, knocks him up, Yasuo's still out of range. All you need right there is the W. You've already caught him, so this is a really horrible ult from Ori. It's still not enough to kill. Braum comes in, saves the day with Guardian and Shield. This wind wall is pretty boosted. Oh goodness. Okay, that wind wall is so bad. You're wind walling literally nothing. Ori ults one dude, the tank. So LA plays this fight horribly. This is good counter engage from Braum. Yeah, it's great Braum ultimate. 1, 2, 3, 4 knockups, and they're all slowed right now too. And you're blocking all the damage. This is really good Braum play. This is exactly the kind of thing that Braum can do. Braum has a lot of control over areas in a direct rectangle, like directly in front of him, because he ults and then shields from that direction. So this is a great fight for Braum to be in. This is really a 4v4 that Jhin contributes a couple of Ws to, and then cleans up the fight. But imagine if Ori hasn't ulted right now, she can hard carry the fight. Just ulting the 4 of you and then having Yasuo ult if she holds it. So solo ulting tank as Orianna pretty bad. Also, not a lot of vision for either team around here. This fight happening doesn't make a lot of sense for either team to take, so it's just kind of a coin flip of who wins. It's just who makes the most mistakes loses. Also, you can outplay like mechanically in these fights, but it looks like Ezekiel totally outplayed here with just like way better mechanical fight. Just goes in, gets the Guardian proc on Garen. Garen is able to stay alive. He lands a 4-man ult. People are going to get stunned from his passive. Now they're going to get stunned from Jackson, Syndra. So your draft here, great with Garen, lots of CC, even though you don't have proper engage. This is the kind of fights that you can win when they misplay. See that wall right there? Didn't block. The wall was here, and then it disappeared. Didn't block any of Syndra's damage at all. You get the 700 gold shutdown onto Syndra. Now it's a 4v3, and you have Jhin W's coming in. These guys are done. Great stopwatch, too. Unfortunately, still went down, but good stopwatch to block the tornado. Okay, 21 minutes in, you guys ace, and it's 4 for 0, or you kill 4, you don't quite ace, but so options here are Baron or mid. I really like going mid, but you don't really have much of a wave, so you're gonna have to have Garen tank. You can still take tower. Baron damage is not great. It's okay. But you also eventually have to send someone for Kai'Sa. If you do Baron, Kai'Sa will be at your inhibitor. And maybe Braum is okay to solo defend against Kai'Sa. Jax doesn't really have a lot of items here, but I don't think Baron is a bad call. Mid safer. Okay, so you can't Baron. Okay, so that's pretty bad. After you get 4 kills, you really need to get an objective. And the reason why it's hard is because the fight happened randomly and no one really had mid priority to be able to push anything, or really priority in any of the lanes. How mid game is supposed to go is you shove lanes, get vision, and make picks or fight around objectives. And how this game went is everyone runs at each other and you get a random fight, and now it's hard to take an objective after a fight. So it looks like you guys won't get much. Are you guys gonna Baron? Okay, so let's test the damage. Let's see. I think this is contestable by LA. Rammus is gonna be up, Yasuo is gonna be up, Malice is gonna be up, Kai'Sa has recall. See how fast you guys Baron. Not very tanky because you had Garen teleport to bot side, so this is potentially dangerous. Whew. They don't even check. Rammus just does his red. These guys are clueless. They watched you back off mid tower. What do they think, you recalled? These guys are completely clueless. Yeah, this is like the freest win. It must be. Okay, so you guys have Baron at 20 minutes. Nice. Okay, what do you guys do with your Baron? You have great split push pressure. Remember, your top side's still super far ahead. This Garen should go match. He doesn't need to match, actually. He needs to force Yasuo to match. So you should have Garen split. Jax isn't strong enough to split right now. He should group with the team. What are you doing? Dude, you got Baron buff. You don't need these creeps. I don't know. Your wave is gone. You need to be sieging. Use your Baron. Push your advantages. How much gold is this worth? 120? Oh, it's worth 86. That's not even any gold. Why are you here? Actually, why? You're gonna double split push. You're gonna leave your team to die 5v3. This is really not good. It's because of lane assignments. Mid-game lane assignments mean everything. When you have Baron and you choose to farm and not 4-1 split, you have to 4-1 split because you have Garen. You don't really want to 5v5 with this team comp because they have engage and you don't. So you can't do this. You're just gonna throw things away. You have to be very careful about walking up in lane against Rammus or Nautilus. They have engage. You can't just walk up in a 3v5. Bad on the group of 3 who's sitting here while their jungler is not contributing anything to the team. Bad on the jungler for not contributing anything to the team. Garen didn't really do anything wrong in that fight. He's kind of doing what he's supposed to do, walking up top lane, trying to split, and eventually he's supposed to draw the Yasuo, and this guy, this group is supposed to back off if Yasuo is here, and then Garen gets free towers with Baron, and eventually they have to answer. But you guys are playing too fast. You play slower. Now you guys have a 4v5. You need to wait for your AD to come back up and try again with Baron. See, now they're focused on defense, and they're going to go catch the waves, which if you guys had waited about 20 seconds, they were going to have to do anyway, and then you pushes 4, you pushes 5, whatever. Like, you could even mess up and try and 5v5 right now. They have double crashing waves. You're going to find an odd-numbered fight. Try and find it. It's not what your comp wants to do. Your comp wants to split, but you could even mess up that way. As long as all of you are on the same page, you would still find advantages. And now we're going to fight because they're going for waves, so we have an odd-numbered fight. This is pretty monkey. This is potential 4v5 collapse, but they're really far away, so might pick up a couple of kills, and then Rammus is going to come in after. Why? I guess it works. Okay, well, this is going to work out really well because they went for side waves and they screwed themselves. So they went for side wave here, Rammus trolled over here. It's getting nothing. And then Yasuo went to catch side wave, and they didn't 5-man you. They didn't go for a 4v5 fight, which they might not have won for the record, but they didn't need to fight anything at all. They just need to walk back to towers. They walked like back through Baron area for no reason to get to this, when they should have walked through here to catch the wave. It's faster. There's nothing to get over here. Like, you can clear some Baron vision maybe, but they didn't even do that. So, like, these teams make so many mistakes. It's incredibly punishable. And you guys punish really hard right there. So it's, I mean, it's really good. It's really only possible because the other team is like giga boosted. So, but you end up heralding in the middle of a fight, kind of accidentally. Works out super, super well. Now you have Baron and Rift. The game's kind of over. So you get inhib here, you have all the pressure in the world. And then you can rotate mid after. Probably get another tower, if not another inhib. Immediately rotate mid, immediately rotate mid, rotate mid, rotate mid, rotate mid. Wrong, 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 wrong. Mid, perfect. Really good. They have to deal with all of the Baron creeps and Shelly, so you need to get mid here. You can even tank it, it doesn't matter. Nice. Wave should be coming. It took a long time because Jen died, it didn't have Baron, so the creeps were slower to get here. Alright, back off, reset, look dragon. Okay, going for dragon and then reset. Nice, still good. Not really contestable by them too much. A little bit dangerous. I would have reset, done dragon after, but it's fine. Worked out. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to end the game. This is over. That fight that happened here, where you guys got all this, you have all the pressure on the map right now, and you've got item spikes that you need to win fights, so it'd be nice for Jin to have third item, but he's losing really hard, so he's not going to have it. He also doesn't need it, the rest of his team is winning, and Jin provides really good utility, so here's Rammus trolling again. Really hard trolling. He doesn't have a sweeper, and he just stands in a bush and kills himself. Really nice Orianna ultimate. 0 follow-up. Yasuo too far. Ori does a lot of damage right now. Whew. Fiesta. Kai'Sa goes in. Kai'Sa trying to find some pressure here. This is good to just back up. let your Garen split, let your top wave crash. You guys need to play a lot slower. Your tempo is way too fast. After you get the pick on Rammus right here, you just slow push, you wait for Garen to get pressure, and then you look for something. But you guys play way too fast. That's really, really too high tempo, and a good team will punish you there. Imagine if Yasuo isn't a monkey and he is like here. When Ori lands that ult, you guys get aced, or at least the 4 of you die. So good teams will punish you for being too high tempo. That was way too fast. You got to play slower, wait for waves to crash, wait for your pressure to actually happen. That's why that fight didn't go so well. Still gonna win this game. See, now waves are crashing. Look how little their team can do. They have to answer these waves, which is why this is going to be easier. Your Baron just ran out, your AD is a little low, so a little bit of a hard fight, but wait for Garen to drop pressure. Look how much pressure he's drawing. 1, 2, 3 members come down here, tower still goes down, and he's going to fight them. Now you get mid, and you get to dive this guy. Waiting for timings is a lot better. Waiting for pressure timings. Play slower, it's much easier to win the game. Yasuo goes in, 2v3. It's another fiesta. You guys hard to win this fight. Ooh, JK. Hard to lose this fight. Yasuo GA, by the way. Actually lives. That's so tanky. Okay, reset. Look for Baron. Wow, they actually get more kills on you guys before you get Baron. For the sloppy. It's good zoning, keeping him away from Baron vision. 3 of you guys die again while there's inhibs down. I don't know what happens. All you guys have to do is look Baron. This is bad. This looks like a 3v5 about to happen. Your teammates are over here. Okay, trying to hard force. Jax again doing his jungle when you could end the game. Again, ending the game is not teleporting into the base. Ending the game is Baron waiting for waves to crash, or allowing Garen to go bot with his teleport still available. Pressure bot inhib, 4-man Baron. You guys don't know macro very well, or you're just running around winning the game because you know it's over, but yeah. This macro play doesn't actually exist in any playbook. Teleport to an inhib that 3 of your members are on while your jungler does blue buff is not a play. And it's why you lose this fight. It's because it's 4v5. It's actually like 3v5 because split call, like Jin's trying to get inhib, you guys are running around trying to get kills here. They're going to punish. They have AoE and pick to punish, so this is going to be really hard for anyone to win. AD can't do anything here, he's done. Yeah, you guys are kind of hard trolling. Garen's really strong. That's nice. Could have ulted the Kai'Sa to kill him there. Must have just barely been out of range. Didn't stop his spin in time, I guess. Alright. The enemy team is actually... Oh, they have to do Baron. They have to desperate a Baron here. And force the 2v5. They have to desperate this Baron. They're not doing anything to win the game. They're just crawling over and falling over and dying. Rammus takes enemy wraiths. Oh boy, 100 gold. He's gonna take enemy Krugs. What needs to be happening here, if you're red team, get your lane shoving. This guy's shoving lanes. Rammus be warding this. Ward this so that you have a chance to contest when they get the free Baron. But he's not going to. You guys are going to get a free Baron and win the game. Really, really abusable mistakes in this elo. What is this? Okay, I mean, it's not wrong to go for a free dragon. It's just, why aren't you getting the Baron win the game? Send, Kieran doesn't have TP because he wasted it. Ugh. You guys need to 5-man something then. It doesn't matter what you 5-man, you can 5-man anything. It's just, there's danger of 5v5ing in this comp. Whoa! Whoa, that word doesn't matter that much. they're just like trying to death ball at you guys. They have all their inhibs up, so if they win a fight right now, they can come back in the game. Looks like you guys get a pick on Rammus, and then you do Baron, and or no, you just you don't do Baron for a while. You get a pick on Rammus, take an inhib, win a fight, Baron, in the game. What actually happens? Why is Jack's recalled for an item? Okay. You want to recall. You want to time your recall timings after waves are pushed and you have priority, so that they have to answer crashing waves and don't get to do Baron for free. So it's a bad recall timing. Okay, this is super hard force. Oh, is that just to clear the wave? I guess that's just to clear the wave. I would say you don't need to do that, but it's not necessarily bad. Your Syndra's trolling, so she's not clearing the wave. What is she actually getting over here? Did she get zoned by Rammus, or? Stun. Yeah, she got zoned by Rammus. Yeah, she has to walk around. Don't go Baron Vision by yourself. Why it looked like you were trolling there is because you were trying to get Baron Vision by yourself. Rammus is so boosted. He's trying to get solo kills. Alright, so that's the game. Their jungler's dead, use Baron. Game's over. You have Smite, they don't have Smite. They have to 4v5 contest you. They have waves crashing. Right here, you guys need to play slow. You guys play too fast. Look at your waves. Look at your waves. You have 51 seconds before Rammus is on the map again. You guys play way too fast. Your tempo is way too fast. Wait for someone to answer this wave. Then they can't 4v5 you at Baron and have a chance to win. Look at this. It's so big. It's such a huge wave. If you just stand still and don't start this Baron, someone has to answer it. But now they're going to get a chance for a 4v5 fight. You're all going to get Ori ulted. Yasuo didn't ult because he's a monkey. What happened? I think Syndra stunned. Did Syndra stun so Yasuo couldn't ult? This is a good Braum E, by the way. Yeah, right there. Because it made the ball go right here, and it's going to block some of the damage from Ori as well with the damage reduction. This is good positioning as well from AD not to get hit by this. Standing right here is incredibly bad because they have AoE, and that's the only way they want to fight. So you're all standing like you're trying to lose the game. Yeah, good stun by Syndra. Only reason you guys didn't lose that fight is because Syndra stunned Yasuo, and Yasuo can't get into the pit as when he would like to. Now Nautilus ult is going off, going to knock somebody up, and Yasuo's going to get in the pit. Yasuo has IE, he can win this fight. It doesn't matter that he's 2 and 5, like it doesn't matter at all. He has IE, so he's really strong. And he has GA, so this is really good for Yasuo. He can clean up if he would press his R button. Press R. There you go. He's got GA, just fight in the pit. They can win this, potentially, if they play well. Alright, nice. They're down 5k gold, so it's a hard fight for them to take, but that's the best chance of them winning the game. Only fightable because you guys have huge lead. Rip. Alright, nice. Gen recall. Recall. You got 1 HP, dude. You're not going to contribute anything here. They're going to get the inhib with or without you. You're going to kill yourself on Rammus Thornmail if you auto him, so... You can only auto him. That will kill you right now if you auto him while his W's up. Nice. Good waiting it out. What are you... That's so dangerous, dude. You have like 100 HP. What's the point? Can't your teammates get that? You have a Garen with GA, he's gonna get it. Potential punish if Kai'Sa walks up, sees your recall, W. Alright, 2 inhibs down. You guys better win the game, right? Use your split pressure, play slow, wait for someone to crash for a wave. Yep, they're clapping for wave, start Baron, Ori's there, so they can't win the fight. Really textbook, free Baron. Go and find a fight. Doesn't even matter, you don't need to fight, you just walk at the Nexus with minions. Ramus is hard trolling again. Just 5-man top, game's over. Yep, game's over. Nice. Alright. You guys find a way to close this game out. This game's super fiesta. Really, really easily abusable mistakes made by both teams in this game. Hopefully you guys can see some of those. A lot of them had to do with just laning phase and wave control, and these guys won some matchups that they probably shouldn't be winning, especially bot lane. But you guys did a really good job of finding the skirmishes and winning them. Again, if you play some better teams, they're really going to find those mistakes that are really abusable, and it's going to be really hard for you guys to win games. So, like the biggest negative I have for you guys is just macro. Is your macro is a little bit non-existent right now. It's a lot of running around and not a lot of getting objectives after kills. There was a free dragon that you guys missed in mid game, and then there was some tempo that was just too quick. So definitely look at some of those situations where you were just not waiting on waves to crash or for pressure to be started. It's going to make your games really, really easy, and you won't find those annoying fights where you get randomly like 4v5'd and it becomes difficult. So we get like randomly you get like 3v5'd and it's like, why is it so hard? We have a lead. It's because you're playing too fast. Your tempo's a little too high. So I guess those would be the big takeaways. Would be some jungle pathing early, and then laning phase, and then tempo. So definitely take a look at that. Hopefully that's useful for some of the other teams as well. But yeah, this was still a good win that you guys got, mostly from being pretty far ahead in top lane. Honestly, that was really nice. Not sure how your Garen main got Garen, but he did, and he did a pretty good job of getting to be really, really big and was a big presence in fights. So that was definitely really good. Try and probably focus around that some more. Looks like Garen's been working out for him. So yeah, definitely good skirmishing and team fighting to eventually pick up the win for this one. So